Four stops at 4, news from across northeast Wisconsin. The Green Bay Packers award $1.5 million in grants to nearly 400 local and statewide organizations. The goal of the Green Bay Packers Foundation is to support local charities and businesses that improve the community in a number of different ways. This year's focus was on organizations that use the funds to build up Wisconsin art, athletics, and education programs. At the grant recipient event earlier today, Wilson Joe, the chairperson of the Green Bay Packers Foundation, says those who use the funds to help others are the reason why the foundation is so special.
Wisconsin communities are very fortunate to have you. You're very key to the success of this state, the success of people who really need that support. We want to ask and encourage you to keep doing that.
Thanks to the foundation, each charity and organization will receive an average of about $3,700. The